Get ready for an intense journey through the land of shadows with Elden Ring's toughest bosses. The Elden Ring DLC, Shadow of the Erdtree, has taken the difficulty of From Software's Souls games to a new level. Experienced players, with hundreds of hours and platinum trophies in Elden Ring and other series titles, were surprised by the challenges presented. Many found the expansion unbalanced with high damage, while others, like me, were thrilled by the difficulty level. After extensively exploring the land of shadows and completing my first playthrough, I decided to make a list of the top 10 hardest bosses in the DLC. Remember, this is my opinion, and this list may vary from player to player. Feel free to agree or share your list in the comments. I'd love to respond to all of you. And before we start our video, I'd like to invite you, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. Leave your like if you enjoy the content. Our goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and with your help, I know it's possible. Enough stalling. Let's get to our list. 10th place, Ramina, the Saint of the Sprout. Ramina is known as the creator of Scarlet Rot and confronts players with a highly unpredictable moveset. She is accompanied by a centipede and wields a spear and a scorpion tail, making her attacks difficult to predict. The battle is even more challenging due to her explosive attacks and rot butterflies, which can be hard to avoid. While some players find Ramina easier than the Dark Sunflower, her massive damage capability and unpredictability make the fight tough. She could have been even more challenging if the arena were covered in Scarlet Rot, but even without this element, Ramina is a formidable opponent. 9th place, Meteor, Mother of Fingers. Meteor is a cosmic deity who descended to the land of shadows and had a direct confrontation with Queen Marika. As the mother of the terrifying Fingers creepers, Meteor presents a versatile battle. Her attacks include long-distance beams, dimensional portals, and cosmic explosions, creating an intense and multifaceted fight. Besides her physical attacks, such as headbutts and side blows with giant fingers that deal massive damage, Meteor also summons medium-sized Fingers creepers to complicate the battle further. Despite her slow and predictable movements, the combination of long-range attacks and summons makes the fight challenging and requires a lot of strategy. 8th place, Putrid Knight. The Putrid Knight is a warrior who transformed into a mass of bodies and rot after drinking Santrina's nectar. He has a bloodborne-like appearance, with a touch of Khasa's Orphan and a hint of Radin. His attacks are fast and powerful, with combos that can kill the player into hits. In the second phase, he uses Spectral Freezing Fire, which is hard to avoid. Facing the Putrid Knight without summons or NPCs requires precision and patience, as he is very aggressive and his attacks are hard to predict. His area attacks and ability to move quickly across the battlefield make this fight especially memorable and challenging. 7th place, Midra, the Lord of Madness. Midra starts as an apparently easy boss, but turns into a real nightmare in the second phase. Initially, he is a weak enemy, but upon succumbing to madness, he becomes a powerful adversary. In the second phase, his attacks include frenzy explosions, frenzy beams, and devastating Shibriri attacks. Dodging these attacks requires perfect timing, and his madness powers can kill the player quickly. Although his hitbox is predictable, the intensity and frequency of his attacks make the fight extremely difficult and frustrating. Midra is an example of how From Software can turn a seemingly simple enemy into a massive challenge. 6th place, Dancing Lion Divine Beast. Inspired by the Chinese lion, the Dancing Lion Divine Beast descends from the heavens and is controlled by 3 beings related to the Crucible. Facing this boss at the beginning of the DLC exploration makes the fight extremely challenging. His attacks include lightning and ice powers, as well as a deadly breath that can kill the player in one hit. The unpredictable hitbox and powerful attacks make this battle a brutal experience. The soundtrack and intensity of the fight make it one of the most epic in the DLC. Even when facing him with additional resources, the Dancing Lion Divine Beast remains a formidable challenge, standing out for its complexity and difficulty. 5th place, Mesmer, the Impaler. Mesmer, the first son of Marika, is a boss with a complicated moveset and powerful attacks. He starts the fight with an explosive jump, followed by spear attacks with a treacherous delay. His combos are fast and deadly, and he can kill the player in a few hits. In the second phase, Mesmer summons snakes around the arena, adding an element of chaos to the fight. His flame and explosion attacks are hard to avoid, making the battle a true test of skill and patience. Mesmer represents the pinnacle of From Software's challenging bosses, requiring players to be at their best to defeat him. 4th place, Commander Gaius, mounted on a frantic boar, Commander Gaius is a boss with fast and unpredictable movements. His first attack is a one-hit kill, and he continues to attack with up to 6-hit combos that can quickly destroy the player. The second phase is even more challenging, with gravitational powers and long-range attacks. Gaius leaves no time for healing or using resources, making the fight a true test of endurance and strategy. He is one of the hardest bosses in the DLC, requiring perfect gameplay to be defeated. His ability to combine boar and spear attacks so effectively makes this battle one of the toughest and most intense in the entire Soul Saga. Third place, Relena, the Blade of Mesmer. Relena, younger sister of Renala, is a formidable adversary with 2 swords and a series of fast and unpredictable attacks. Her moveset is complex, and she never stops attacking, making it difficult to predict her movements. In the second phase, Relena launches fire and moon attacks, further increasing the difficulty. The fight against her is intense and requires great skill to dodge and counterattack. Many players gave up on the DLC after facing her, showing how challenging she is. Her ability to maintain constant pressure on the player, combined with her powerful and unpredictable attacks, makes Relena one of the hardest and most memorable fights in the DLC. Second place, Bel the Dread. Bel is an epic and memorable dragon, even weakened after a battle against Placidusax. His area attacks, explosions, and dragon beams are devastating. He flies and breathes flames across the arena, making the fight extremely difficult. Bel is one of the toughest bosses in the entire Soul Saga, requiring many hours of practice to defeat. His high defense and powerful attacks make him a formidable enemy and one of the biggest challenges in the DLC. Facing Bel is an experience that tests players' skills and patience to the maximum, standing out as one of the most intense and rewarding battles in Elden Ring. The combination of Raiden and Miquella in the second phase makes this fight the hardest in the DLC. Raiden, already known for his difficulty, now enhanced with Miquella's powers, presents fast attacks, magic, and gravity explosions. In the second phase, Miquella joins Raiden, making the fight even more chaotic and challenging. Precision and timing are essential to win, and every mistake is fatal. This fight is one of the most epic and difficult in the entire Soul Saga, requiring players' maximum skill. The intensity of the battle, combined with the need to memorize every move and attack, makes this fight a true test of skill and perseverance. If you liked the video, leave your like. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment your list of hardest bosses and your experiences in the Elden Ring DLC. As I said at the beginning of the video, our goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I know with your help it's possible. Thanks to the 14 subscribers, and I promise to bring more content about the Souls universe. I'd like to give a big shout out to everyone who stayed until the end and say we're in this together.